Hey guys!
Welcome to Sweet Mates.
What's up? It's Arwen.
And Sam. And welcome to today's pod.
Welcome to the pod, week 2.
Yeah, today we're talking about irrational fears
Yep.
of ours. And we're gonna just discuss them a little bit.
I would like to say our first pod went over really well.
It did, yeah. Yeah, it went really good, and it was on Spotify.
Yeah, it's
like
on
always.
Spotify. So
Like, we were talking about it as if it was never on Spotify.
yeah,
but
true. But it's always been.
It's always been on Spotify, so
We're
hey,
really
Spotify.
happy about that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Shout out to our moms. Shout out to Michelle because she's listened multiple times.
She has listened multiple times. But yeah, you can listen on YouTube and Spotify, so that's really cool.
Dope.
But, what drink are you drinking today?
So Samantha, I am drinking a espresso with milk, vanilla, and caramel syrup.
So,
Caramel
caramel
syrup.
macchiato.
So essentially it's a caramel macchiato. But macchiatos, this is hot debate right now, okay? Macchiatos are separated.
No, yeah.
So like the milk and the espresso
You would have
separated.
poured this espresso on top.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, so
Is
it's
it
like milk at the bottom.
So you
espresso
would
on
drink
top.
it. So you drink it in layers. Like that's the whole point of it.
Oh, I
You're
don't
not
do that,
supposed to stir it.
though. Oh, so I'm drinking a stirred caramel macchiato.
So a latte is what I'm
But
getting.
it's not. I don't.
But it's like, but Starbucks caramel macchiatos is a caramel macchiato because it's not actually a caramel flavoring. It's vanilla flavoring with caramel
So
syrup.
we're drinking Starbucks' caramel macchiato.
But I do always stir my macchiatos. But they're technically a latte.
Yeah.
Which is why I said it. So we're drinking the same thing.
We are drinking the same thing.
Also, if you're on YouTube, you can appreciate these beautiful flowers I got here behind me from Trader Joe's. They're tulips. They're my favorite flower. So if you guys want to send me flowers, make sure to send tulips because they're my favorite.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to send me flowers.
Also, another thing I really want to talk about really quick, because I've been telling everybody and I'm so excited about my spoon ring. You guys know? You guys know what spoon rings are. Well, I hope you know what spoon rings
So
are.
they bend a spoon into a ring.
It's when they bend a spoon into a ring. And I just had the most wholesome interaction at the farmer's market yesterday with the guy who made it. So the reason I'm telling this is because one thing that I love is just wholesome interactions. You had one the other day in the elevator. You texted us about.
Oh my gosh, yes, this girl was just telling me how cool and trendy I was. And I was just like, wow, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was just so cute and wholesome.
Yeah.
So I go up to the stand at the farmer's market, right, and I see like the sign that says spoon rings. I'm like, dude, I've always wanted a spoon ring. I'm a silver girly, jewelry-wise, so I'm like, okay, this really fits my vibe. He's like, yo, do you want a spoon ring? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, yes, I do want one. And then he was like, okay, just pick one out, whichever one, and we'll make sure it fits. And he picks this one up that I'm wearing, and he's like, this is my favorite one. It's called Jubilee, and it's just so beautiful. It's got this beautiful floral pattern on it. And okay, this is really a boring story, I know, but like I'm telling you, if you live in Phoenix, go to the Uptown Farmers Market on Saturdays and find the spoon ring guy and tell him I sent you, and he will be ecstatic.
Okay, speaking of the Uptown Farmers Market, that's actually pulling into my happy for the week.
Yeah.
Yesterday, as Arwen mentioned, we went to the Uptown Farmers Market with us and our roommates, and we had a really fun time. Got some bread and some avocados. Then afterwards, we really wanted flowers, so we went to Trader Joe's.
Went to TJ's.
And
Traders.
And then we got flowers, and honestly, it was a good day yesterday.
It was a glorious day.
Yeah.
I also yesterday had to work women's lacrosse for my service hours. I've literally never seen a game of women's lacrosse in my life, and I had to run the scoreboard.
How was that?
It was kind of stressful at first because I'm like, I literally know nothing
Yeah.
about lacrosse. But apparently, from what I hear, women's lacrosse is like way more chill than men's. But
Oh, I bet.
If-
men fight, like,
well, yeah, it's just like contact. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But that was an interesting experience.
And then my crappie for the week was last night. Last night was pretty our microphone situation.
Oh.
So listen, everybody. Whichever one you're listening on, YouTube, or you're probably gonna be able to tell audio-wise, but we're still using the same audio technique.
We're still using voice memos.
Yes.
And it's not the best, and we know that. So
We bought microphones.
Yeah.
We have the microphones, but we couldn't figure out how to work them.
okay, here's the thing. I'm not gonna go into it because it doesn't matter. But the way we had it set up we don't have the equipment to have 2 inputs into the computer. That's basically the issue. So we are going to have 2 inputs by the next episode. So
Yeah.
next week, we'll definitely have the mics ready.
Because we could have just used one microphone, but like you couldn't hear both of us. It wasn't working.
It was just horrible.
So we need both of the microphones. So therefore, it was just a bust because we were really excited. Like, yes, the mics came in early. This is good. It was
I'm about
bad.
to sneeze.
Okay, don't sneeze.
Okay, I did.
It was bad. And then we just decided not to film the podcast, and now we're here.
But yeah, we're here, and it's a beautiful Sunday, and actually it's Wednesday for you guys listening.
Okay, what are your happy crappies?
So I'm gonna do my crappy first. I had to get a COVID test yesterday because, don't worry, I don't have COVID. I tested negative. But I am not joking, you guys. I literally went 2 whole years without having to get one. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm just lucky. I don't know if that's a common thing. But I have never had to get a COVID test. And then yesterday I had to get one because I'm going to a concert tonight. And they require COVID tests. So it wasn't that bad. They don't shove it up in your brain anymore. So don't be scared if you have to get a COVID test. And then yeah, don't be scared. Some people might be scared. We're talking about fears.
Yeah, true.
So don't have a fear of getting a COVID test because it's not that bad. My happy though, I already talked about my happy. My spoon ring and the farmer's market. Love the farmer's market. So many dogs. It was just
Lots of dogs.
such a good vibe.
Yeah, I got coffee, food,
Lemonade, salsa, and the best part, support your small businesses, guys.
Yeah, dude, the salsa that you got, like 10% of the proceeds went to
Yeah, it went to
human trafficking.
preventing human trafficking.
I just think that it was great.
It was great.
It's awesome.
Love the farmer's market. So
Okay, going into a not new segment, but we're
it's
doing
a new segment.
Okay, but we kind of touched on it last
We
week.
did touch on it, but we revised it.
We have decided to call our guilty pleasure or like our favorite thing of the week our sweet of the week.
Sweet of the week,
Because
because like Sweetmates, yeah.
You know, so my
pretty
sweet of the week is Friday Night Lights. It was just, I don't know how recently, but it was just put back on Netflix, and I was watching it before it got taken off of Netflix, and I'm just really excited because now I get to finish it, I get to rewatch it, and I am just binging, and I'm excited about it.
That is so exciting for you. I hate to talk about this again. My sweet of the week would be the Descendants soundtrack, which would make it 2 weeks in a row of me talking about Descendants.
I talked about it last week. I don't think you ever talked about it.
No, I definitely did talk about how much I love Descendants because my friend texted me after she listened to the podcast and she was like, "Not you talking about Descendants," and I was like, So, did I mention by Prince Benjamin? Well, he's a king now.
Well,
At the time he sang the song, he was so Prince. Not to spoil anything, but
I don't really think our target
But-
audience is Descendants lovers.
in general, like movie and show soundtracks.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah. So, I guess we could just dive right into the meat of the episode.
The meat.
Okay, we're going to be talking about fears. Irrational, maybe rational. We don't know.
Might be rational.
Do you wanna
Let
start
us
off?
know if it's rational down in the comments below.
So, that's only on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube. The real ones are on Spotify.
Do you want to start with your fears? Or one fear?
Okay, so I'm going to go into a little bit of a tangent here. So, essentially, I like to do outdoorsy things like climb and swim in the ocean, and that's so outdoorsy. I like to swim in the ocean. I like to go on, I don't like really going on hikes, but you know how it goes. Anyways, I literally think of the worst possible like thing that could happen while I'm doing it. Okay, so let's say I'm on the wall and I'm like, I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna crack my head open. I'm gonna be stuck here on this wall. Like, who thinks about that while they're doing it?
I think a lot of people definitely do.
But it ruins it
that's
for
like
me. Like it makes me so scared. But like I'm not scared of climbing. I'm like scared of getting hurt. Maybe that's the thing.
You have a fear of like.
I have a fear of getting hurt because I have a really low pain tolerance.
Oh really?
I'll give another example. I was learning how to surf in San Diego, and I was out there. But let me tell you, I could not like do anything because Nathan told me this story of this guy getting hit in the head with a fin and getting his head cut open. And so that's literally all I could think about when a wave would come. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this surfboard is about to hit me in the head and I'm going to have to go to the hospital. So I think I'm just scared of getting hurt.
Yeah.
But in all reality, you shouldn't be thinking about that while you're doing it because then that's just like inevitable. Like that's just going to happen. You know, you have to have a good mindset about it. But I'm just stuck in the mindset where I'm so scared of things going wrong while I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Do you experience that at all?
I mean,
No.
Maybe like if I was on a hike, I'm like I'm gonna get lost or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, okay, I probably do because one of my fears is swimming in the ocean.
Oh, that
Like,
is one of
deep,
your
like
fears.
deep in the ocean though. Like, okay, I could go probably like waist, chest down, but after that, once my feet don't touch the ground, there's no way I'm swimming in the ocean. There's no way. It's just not happening because a shark could come. I know that's sharks, but is it sharks also? Because like if a jellyfish touched me or a fish touched me, I know good and well I'd be freaking swimming back to shore.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like you don't know what's under you. You don't know.
True. See, that's funny because I feel like most people would be more scared of like surfing or something like that.
Well, I've never been surfing.
Well, the thing is, with me, when I was surfing, like, I had no concern about the ocean itself. I had a concern about the stupid surfboard fin hitting me in the head.
Okay, that's a little weird. Because
I think about hitting my head all the time. Okay, I was on a trip, an outdoor rec trip, and, like, sometimes in rock climbing, when you climb up to a wall face, it's not, like, just right out the parking lot. You have to, like, do, like, this scramble, they call it. Or like intense like hike or whatever, and all that's going through my head is that I'm just gonna fall and I'm gonna hit my head on a rock. Like that's all I think about. But it's nothing else. I'm like, oh, I'm not scared I'm gonna break my leg. I'm not scared I'm gonna, you know, I'm scared I'm gonna hit my head. Does that make like that's just not normal?
I think you're really concerned about hitting your head.
I'm so concerned about hitting my head.
Yeah,
but maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Wear your helmets, guys.
Yeah, wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet all the time. Wear a helmet while you drive your car. Wear a helmet while you're walking to class. You never know. You never know.
You never know what could happen.
Your head.
Okay, what's another one?
Anyways, small spaces.
Okay, so you're claustrophobic?
Yeah, to an extent.
Okay.
Like I'm not scared of like elevators or anything like that. Obviously, take one to breathe. I'm not scared of like elevators, but I do have this vivid memory where everyone there was like a big group of us and everyone was trying to fit in the back of this girl's trunk.
This is a true story?
Yeah, this is a true story. How everybody was trying to fit in this girl's trunk.
Okay. How many people?
Like a lot, like 10 in this chick's like little Honda trunk. And they stuck me in the back because I was the smallest. I was like the youngest, so I was the smallest. And like, you know, trunks like kind of curve in, so like it's wide and then it gets small. So they shoved me in the back. And I was like, and then there were like 2 or 3 people getting in. And I just remember freaking out because I'm like, okay, I'm literally going to die back here if the trunk gets shut and it can't open or anything. So I was like, let me out. And that really sparked my fear of small spaces.
Okay. I don't have a fear of small spaces.
Have you ever been in a small space?
Like, what do you mean?
Like caves. I will never go caving.
Wait, okay, actually, Caves are scary on their own because, like, bats.
That's so funny because I have the same exact irrational thing about bats. I was actually, because that is my third fear. My third fear is bats. Like, I don't have any desire to go in any cave at all. No cave.
I've never encountered a bat.
I have. There are
Like,
bats.
I've seen them fly around sometimes.
There was a bat. My friend freshman year of high school had a stupid bat stuck in her house, okay? Stuck in the house. And she has a big house with, like, tall ceilings. And that thing was flapping everywhere. Ooh, even just, like, the thought of it just makes me want to barf everywhere.
No.
Yeah, no.
I've never, like, even seen a bat up close, to be honest. I don't know what they look like. Sometimes people will be like, oh, there's a bat. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was a bat. But the idea of being bit by a bat, like,
Yeah,
no. Like, rabies? No.
That's
scary.
so funny. Yeah, that's literally my third fear. I feel like I'm not scared of a lot, but I'm kind of stretching this
Do you
out.
have another one? Didn't you put 4?
Yeah, I put fear. 4. Dying. Okay.
No,
Here's the thing.
okay.
As a believer in Jesus Christ, I have no fear of what's going to happen to me afterwards. The thing I'm scared about is the logistics, okay?
Of how it's
from me, like, dying and then to me getting to heaven. Like, I'm like, is it gonna go black? Like, am I gonna be aware of myself? Am I gonna, like, lift out of my body and just, like, see my dead body laying there?
Okay, that's not where I thought you were gonna go when you said dying. I thought you were gonna be scared of how you were gonna die.
Not really as much. I'm just scared of the logistics between, like, me dying and then going to heaven.
What in the world? Dude, no. I'm scared of how I'm gonna die. Like, am I gonna get, like, killed? Am I gonna... It's kind of the same word. Am I gonna fall asleep, like, go to sleep and then just be dead? Am I gonna drown? That's scarier than,
Drowning.
how am I gonna get to heaven? I'm sure God has that all figured out.
I know he does have it figured out, but I'm just like, logistically, I wish they just told me in the Bible, like, how it's gonna go step by step.
Well,
Like, you're gonna die, it's gonna go black for a few seconds, and then you're gonna, like, whatever.
I'm sure you'll just, like, maybe you'll just appear. Like,
You'll just appear, like, I just, like pop
in
into
the
heaven.
good okay.
Don't even. With the good place, I know exactly what you're gonna say.
No, they die, and then all of a sudden they're just like, poof.
My mom hated the good place.
Oh no, it's the worst show ever. It's not a good show. I mean, I went on set of it because we were in Universal Studios or something, and they were filming it. And so they were like, "Oh, this is a show." So I was like, "Oh, I should watch it." It was so bad.
Mm.
So then I was like, "Well, that sucks."
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, sorry, I just talked for so long. Please let me know of some of your fears. So I
So
don't feel crazy.
okay, so I feel like I should I think I'm scared. No, I'm definitely scared of ropes courses. Or harness activities.
Just like specifically with a harness.
Well, okay, no, but I don't think that that's truly accurate either, because I went ziplining.
You like ziplining?
I liked it, and
So
I went
it's
over.
not heights.
I went over like I was high up, looking down on like this big canyon with like a waterfall and everything. I was chilling.
Where?
Costa Rica.
That is so fun.
Like I was chilling though, but I think there was one time I actually had anxiety about that. But this is, it's not heights though, because okay, the one ropes course I went on was maybe 15 feet up in the air.
Okay.
Like that's pretty low.
Yeah.
Like there's another one in the mountains at Hume Lake. Shout out Hume Lake. And it's so much higher.
Okay.
And the thought of that is like vomitable. Like no.
But just ropes courses.
Ropes
I don't think I've been on one.
Well, no. So there's this
Before.
place called Blackbeard's, in Fresno,
Maybe I
and
should go there. Maybe I should find a ropes course here.
okay, yeah, I won't go with you. But anyways, so there's this place called Blackbeard's, and like it's like a little miniature golf, like mini amusement park for like little kids. Okay, so they have a little kid ropes course. Okay, let me tell you, I go on the ropes course, you know, as one does, and I'm harnessed in, whatever. I can do the one where it's like the walking across the planks with the arm rails. Once I lose the arm rails, it's game over. people be climbing up and down those things. No, there's not a chance in the world.
So I'm confused. So you're attached to a harness?
No, it's like literally you're attached to a harness, a rope, everything.
It's
Cabled in. You're cabled in
and
to a thing. You're fully safe. You're fully safe.
So if you fell, would you fall like completely, or would you
No,
just
you
slowly
would fall
lower down?
No, so you don't even fall completely. You would fall like maybe like 2 feet.
Oh, and then you just have to like climb back up on
Yes.
the ropes course?
That's why it's top of my irrational, but there's no way, like, I can't. Because after that, like, I vividly remember, because I tried this multiple times thinking, like, okay, I can get over my fear. Where multiple occasions I'll start bawling my eyes out. Like, I remember crying at these ropes courses. Okay, but also, you tried to get me to go rock climbing, and just the idea of that was like, no. And then, okay, sorry, I'm really going on a tangent. I was thinking, right now, as we were talking, there was this time, I was at Yosemite, okay, with some people, and I was on this big rock, okay? We were at Yosemite Falls, we climbed up, my dad came with us, okay? Thank God for my dad, because we were on this big rock, and I was told I had to jump down or something, like jump. No, couldn't do it. My dad had to like come get me because I was bawling my eyes out because I think I might be scared of heights.
Okay.
But I don't really know.
It just like depends.
Because I also went on this hike, this traumatic hike this summer, where we had to climb on like the side of like a like I don't know how to explain this.
Okay. Was it like a thin
No,
trail?
so it wasn't an actual hike.
Okay.
It was like we made up this hike that we should go on. Like there was no trail.
Okay.
And then we were climbing up like the side of a mountain, but there was like no grip. It was like fully like this. We're climbing, like trying to like scurry across to this other side where there's like, yeah, horrible idea. Would not recommend.
Yeah. Traumatized.
Very traumatized. I have not gone on a hike since.
It's funny.
So I think it's heights.
It may be heights. I also just scared of like jumping across things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you like didn't jump down off.
No,
the
like if
thing.
you had to jump from one rock to another and there's a big thing,
No.
I'll be like, no guys,
It
I
makes
can't.
me so.
I'll
Like,
have to hold someone's hand like to get across, or like they'll have to be there to get me because it's not
have
happening.
you ever been to Joshua Tree before? Anyways, Joshua Tree is like just a lot of like big boulders. Like that's literally just what it is. And so like when you're like climbing across stuff, like you can like just like walk, or sometimes you have to like take a little leap or whatever, or like you'll have to kind of scurry down. And I swear I slid on my butt all the way down because I was too scared to like stand up and walk down.
No, that's what I do.
I
You know what I
just
just
slide on my
realized?
butt.
I think I have a fear of falling.
Okay.
Because
That
no,
makes
if you think
sense.
about it though, I have a fear of falling off of all these things.
Yeah.
I have a fear of falling in between these rocks. I have a fear of falling off this ropes course. I have a fear of falling.
Okay.
Wow, that's epiphany for me.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
good. That's good.
Wow.
There was also this time that we were in Sedona. Have you ever been to Slide Rock before?
No.
Okay, well, I just don't know. I don't know where you've been.
No.
There's this like little creek, and it has like rocks or whatever, and there's like a little. It's called Slide Rock because it's a rock and you can slide down like
Okay.
a water slide. It's like a natural water slide. Anyways,
Okay.
didn't do the water slide, but I was walking across the creek, and you get to this little part, and there's two rocks. Okay, again, this is my thing about hitting my head. So I get to this little two rock part, and I'm with my boyfriend and two of our friends, and okay, they're all three of them are just so athletic, and just like, they just know what they're doing, okay? But I got so scared to jump. Like, it was a tiny jump. It was so small.
Like actually that small?
Not that small, but like, it was like a little more than like a long stride, okay? But I was so scared that I would just like slip, because I was wearing my chacos, I think.
Yeah.
But I was so scared that I was just gonna slip off and smack my head on a rock in this creek, okay? So my other option was to just go a different way, but the rocks were so slippery. So I literally fell into this like 45-degree creek, just like fell, chest deep. And so many people saw me fall. And like, we had just met these two people that we went with, and it was so embarrassing. I don't even want to talk about it. But here we are.
That's okay.
That was
That's
a really
okay.
anticlimactic story.
No, it was funny though.
It was just, I don't.
I think that we are really discovering a lot about our fears
We
here.
are. It's kind of good to talk about your fears once in a while. just to get it off your chest, you know?
Yeah. So we kind of already talked about my fear of deep waters.
Oh, get into it.
Dark, deep water. Like, I think this is a fear that my mom has. Shout out Michelle. And I think that it was passed on to me. Because she's probably not gonna like that I said that. But it's like she's scared of dark water because you don't know what's under you. And I fully agree. Because what if there's a fish? Like, I don't even care if it's a fish this small. Like, if I don't know,
I used to be
touches my
scared.
toe.
I used to be scared that fish would like bite my
Yes.
nose off.
Okay, yes. I agree. I'm just also really scared of sharks. After, I'm going to be completely honest, completely transparent here. After watching Soul Surfer for the first time, I didn't even go in my pool for a minute there because I was like scared. And I don't know, I know there's not going to be a shark in my pool, but like,
What? There could be.
I could.
You never know.
It was traumatizing for me.
Yeah.
Honestly. So, yeah. I've never encountered a shark. I swear I have though, actually. Okay. Tangent. I went jet skiing in Mexico I was on the back of my uncle, like we were like going on the jet ski, and we're going, and I see this fin. I don't know if it was a shark. I don't know if it was a dolphin. There was a fin though, and I swore it was a shark forever. And now I'm like, maybe it could be a dolphin, I guess. But
I feel like you would know if it's a dolphin because I feel like they jump out.
well, it could be dead. Ew. It could be dead.
Why? If it
Dude,
was dead,
it
it
was-
would not
no,
be floating
it wasn't-
fin up.
It wasn't okay.
It would be
true.
belly up. Have you ever seen Nemo?
Okay, so then it was fully alive. It was fully a shark
Okay.
because it was just a fin. It wasn't moving though. It was just like
Okay, yeah. It could have been.
yeah.
But who knows? He might not have bit you.
You're right. But
No,
jet
no,
ski,
a lot of sharks are not aggressive.
it doesn't matter.
I don't know anything about sharks. I
Doesn't
was
matter.
not a shark
There's
kid.
no way I would ever go in one of those shark cages.
That would be so insane.
It'd be
Swim
fun.
with sharks.
Like I would love to say that I
you
could.
could do that in like aquariums, is to swim with sharks. Yeah, you get like scuba, no, snorkeling. You snorkel with sharks.
Dude, I don't know. The only way I would ever do it was in a cage. There's no way I want to be
But
actually
they're
with a
nice
shark.
sharks.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't know if I'd swim with sharks.
Sorry, this is kind of another tangent. I also think I'm scared of jet skiing, but that's also kind of goes with the ocean.
My mom and I almost flipped over a jet ski.
No. In the ocean?
No, in a lake. But it was really scary, not because I was scared of getting flipped over on a jet ski, but because the dude said no one has. Okay, basically when you jet ski, like if you flip it all the way, like 180 degrees where the handles are completely under the water, it's like impossible to get out of the water. So they would have to come rescue us, and it'd be really embarrassing. And he was like, but you'll be fine because no one has flipped the jet ski since 2003. And so I was like, okay, perfect. And then we get out there and just like one wrong turn and we both like just fall off. And I swear I watched those handles go under. And I was like, please, Lord. But they came back up.
Good, good.
It was okay. But getting back on when you fall off is a struggle.
I believe it because you gotta really push yourself up there.
Did you fall off at all?
I've never fallen off a jet ski, but sometimes like for me, it's like when the jet ski is not moving and you're just like floating in the water. You know? It's like
Was it like big waves or anything?
no.
Was it pretty flat?
It's just the idea of being in the ocean, deep in the ocean, and just chilling.
That is scary.
Like what if like
a whale?
or a turtle?
Have you seen that video of like the boaters? There's like a motorboat, like a really small like fishing boat, and there's like a whole whale that comes out. Maybe it was
No.
kayakers.
Yes, I've seen the
ocean,
kayakers.
yeah, the ocean kayakers.
No way. I
and
would
the,
never.
The whale came out.
I would never kayak in the ocean.
They're
Period.
gonna be like Jonah. You get swallowed right up.
And then my last fear is needles.
Okay.
But needles. I have a story that goes along with it. Basically, one time, well, multiple times, I got strep throat a lot in a row, and they needed to give me shots that had lidocaine in them, which I didn't know what that was. My mom didn't know what that was. They didn't tell me until after they shot the shots in my butt, that it like burns like really bad. So like I was crying, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, you need to like do high knees to the car because you got to get it flowing, because like it like is something that burns. I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is, but lidocaine in shots is a no for me.
Anybody know what that is? My mom will. Amy, can you comment down below and tell us what lidocaine is? My mom's a nurse.
We could have just looked it up. But,
We don't need that.
okay. So, I'm just like, ever since, I feel like even before then, but ever since then, it's like, shots are a big no for me.
Meanwhile, I freaking donated BioLife.
There's no way. I've only donated blood one time, and I had to listen to music and had I started crying before he even put the needle in my arm.
I passed out the first time I donated blood.
Well, I never donated. I had to like test for something.
Let me tell you, I donated blood because my school was doing a blood drive, okay? And I just thought it'd be a fun way to get out of class, essentially. The nurses, I'm sorry, at least in my area, the nurses who do the blood drives are not, no, just that, okay? They let me get up way too soon. I had no snack, I had no juice, I had nothing, okay? So I was like, oh, I'm feeling fine. Like, literally a minute after they, like, just took all my blood. So I get up and I go sit down in a chair, and I'm, like, feeling woozy. And I was like, guys, I'm gonna pass out. Because my friends were sitting right there. I'm gonna pass out, guys. I was like, nurse, I'm gonna pass out. And like 2 nurses come over to me, and as I'm like falling out of this chair, and they lift me up by my arms and lay me on the ground, and they like put all these like cold pads on me. And they're like, somebody go get her some crackers. It was so embarrassing.
It is really embarrassing.
But my friend Steph too, literally the same day, she passed out. She was like laying on the table and her head was like just like roll over. It is such an interesting experience. Putting all these poor high schoolers in one area for them to just all pass out. And then the rest of the day everyone is just like pale. And they're like, oh, it was blood donation day. Seriously, something else. A whole different experience.
I mean, that's kind of all we have about fears.
Yeah, that is all we have about fears.
So, thanks so much for listening. You can listen on YouTube and Spotify.
YouTube. Follow our Instagrams.
Yeah, they'll be all of our social medias will be linked in the description of our YouTube video.
Otherwise, my Instagram is rwingilbert.
Mine's Samantha Portali. Also, if you feel led, rate and review the podcast.
Rate and review the pod.
Because I don't really know what it just makes
Get us boosted, y'all.
boost us, I guess. So rate and review if you want.
How many views did we get?
On the podcast, last time I checked, the actual pod was 50 something, 56, and then the YouTube was 100 something, 100 I think. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
I think it was,
but I think it was 100.
Last time.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Genuinely, guys, thank you for your support.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We are so happy with the turnout so far.
Yeah, and we just are having fun with it.
If there's anything in specific you want to hear us talk about, we have a few.
Oh, email sweetmatespod@gmail.com if you have any suggestions of topics or if you have any questions.
Any business inquiries.
Just if you have anything you want to say at all, email us at sweetmatespod@gmail.com.
No hate mail, because we're here to spread the love and light of Jesus.
I'm taking that part out.
No, you're not. You're leaving it in. You're leaving it in. You don't you dare take it out.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, we hope you all have a beautiful day, evening, morning, week. And anything else to add, Sam?
No, thanks so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.